start this. Hi, Sandy.
Hi, how are you guys?
Very good. How's the morning doing?
Good. Got Marnie over here chewing on a bone.
She's there.
Then her big sister Luna. Whoops. Uh-oh. Okay, I didn't lose you. And my cane corso over there chewing on the other one.
The whole pack.
I do. And I've been gone all weekend, so they're a little clingy today.
Hello.
Hi, Gabriel.
Hi, Gabriel.
Hello, how are you?
Very good, thank you. How's your weekend going?
It's good. It's just having like a weird hair day. So I think I'm gonna put it in a bun, but I'm fine. How are you?
We are doing great. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you for joining the call.
We'll wait a couple more minutes so that everybody can join who is interested.
Then we can start.
Yeah.
Shall we start now? Okay. Okay, so first of all, we would like to introduce ourselves because he's Marco. My name is Tony. I've been with the TomKings family for nearly 5 years now. I'm mainly answering phone calls. I'm working in a customer service area and have to answer many emails, text messages, emails. So always try to help to find the perfect match for the families. So many times arrange video calls with the puppies. So whenever you have any question, you can always come to me or come to us, obviously. So my name is Tony, and I believe I help you, Sandy, to find your perfect puppy as well. So I help you with the process. So I do remember for morning. And he's Marco.
Yeah, I'm here for a while actually. I'm responsible for the same, just as Tony, basically finding the perfect families for the perfect franchise and finding, I would say, the right fit in general. Because we believe that it's really important for the family to get the perfect puppy that they are interested in. And we also believe it's important for the puppy because they are, somehow in some way they are still our puppies, and we want to make sure that they found a decent place and found the perfect family. So I would say that's all about us in general. Like that's our main responsibility.
I want a picture behind us. I'm gonna share some information.
And behind us, you can see actually a wall full of pictures of happy adopters with their puppies.
We got quite a few.
So we were wondering who is here and if you already have a friendship from us. Obviously, Sandy has Marnie already. But yeah, I see you're here, Gabriel. So would you introduce yourself a bit, just to tell us, if you're interested in an exact puppy or what your plans are for the future?
The plans in the future for the puppy or just in general?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, French related, obviously. Yeah.
Okay, so I had sent in a registration form. I was interested in Don is his name, who's a current puppy that's available.
Yeah.
And right now, like obviously I go to Harvard and Yale, like, and sometimes like I'm at home, like in California. So I'm maybe going to Yale in the fall, and then going back and forth from Harvard and Yale, so New Haven and Cambridge, and obviously, the Bulldog is so like Yale's like mascot, and I thought that when I saw like Don, I was like, he's super cute, and like I have a current dog now that I like have trained a little bit, and I'm studying like mathematics for teaching at Harvard, and then also like ethics and law at Yale. So that's and I kind of wanted to teach a little bit of like some mathematical stuff that I was teaching to my current dog to the new dog. So that's what I wanted to do with the Frenchie. I think he's really cute. It'd be really nice to have like a dog for the apartment or for where I have when I go to the East Coast. Because I currently have a Labrador and he's too large.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
Yeah, basically our main topic for today is whether to choose a male or a female Frenchie, because it's always a big decision. I've gone through the same process. Hi, hello Emma.
Hi there, how are you? Sorry to
Em-
join late.
That's
No
okay.
worries,
That's
it's all
perfectly
good.
fine.
Yeah, let me repeat it real quick. So basically our main topic is whether to choose a male or a female. And it's always a big decision. Sometimes it seems to be bigger than it is actually. But yeah, I would say I've gone through the same story, and we are on the same page with our adopters. We want to make sure that everybody finds the perfect fit. So yeah, I will give the word to Tony to continue with our two main
How about Stan as well?
directions.
They can introduce themselves.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, of course.
So yeah, Sandy has a TomKings Frenchie, and would you like to share your experience and few words?
Sure.
And
In fact, let's see if I can get her from her bone for just a second. So this is Marnie. Tony helped me find her. So
yeah, it was me.
yeah. She's like, don't bother me, I'm chewing.
And she was 1 year old in December, if I could remember.
Yep, she was 1 year old in December. She was just at the vet last week, and I have a chunky monkey. I've been feeding a little too much peanut butter. So, but yeah, I went in knowing I wanted a female because I do plan on having a litter, if nothing else, for my immediate family who's looking to have Frenchies. But I have bred and placed dogs for years, just not Frenchies. So, and I live in Wisconsin, so been with the group for a while.
Okay. And when you're planning your first litter?
Well, I really preferred the dogs to be at least 2 years old. And she just went through her first season, so it won't be until after this coming December. And then I am going to use the TomKins stud service.
Oh, that's amazing.
So-
Have you picked your favorite stud?
I have not. I'm trying really hard to remember that things could change in the next 8-10 months. I'm actually relying on you guys' expertise when it comes to what line that you have that would go best with Marnie. For me, it's not so much about which stud I think is the best looking one. I want the one that's genetically going to be the best match for Marnie and get the best puppies.
We're gonna speak to Tom, our breeding expert, about it, and definitely he's gonna help you out, and he will give you his recommendation. So Helen, we are Marko and Tony from TomKings. I've been with the family for 5 years now, and mainly working in a customer service area. So answering phone calls, emails, messages, Instagram, everything. And Marko is roughly doing the same once, but he joined the family 3 years later. So that's who we are. Are you looking for a Frenchie, or do you have a Frenchie right now? Helen?
Emma.
Sorry, Emma.
Oh, that's okay. Hi, I'm Emma. Nice to meet you all. I am looking for a Frenchie. I met with, I think his name, maybe it was Richard from TomKings, and he
Okay.
showed me Estelle. So I'm looking to get a female Frenchie. I live in the city and I work in a dog-friendly office, and actually a friend at work has a Frenchie from TomKings. So
Oh,
I met Buddy, Emily a friend Emily has Buddy. So
Okay.
he's
Any
a
particular
great dog.
reason you want a female, or are you planning to breed her? Just looking for a pet?
Not looking to breed, looking for a pet. I know that females are a little bit smaller, and also I grew up with a female dog, so I just am used to having a female dog. So I've just kind of always knew that I would want a girl.
I understand. And do you have a favorite right now on the website? Are you looking for a certain puppy or just?
So I'm actually looking, I started the process a bit early. I'm planning to get my Frenchie between September and December of this year. So later on, but just wanted to get the process going. And so I'll keep my eye out as more puppies become available later on in this year.
Okay, sounds
Yeah,
amazing.
good luck with that, Emma.
Thank you.
I said I was going to start looking and wait 8 months, and then Tony showed me Marnie, and next thing
Yeah.
I knew, I had Marnie 7 months earlier than planned.
Exactly.
So just be
I
careful.
know. I get the emails and I'm like, it's very tempting. I would love to do it sooner. I'm moving apartments and right now my apartment isn't dog friendly, but the apartment that I'll move to in August will be. So that's kind of what's driving the timing
That'll help.
decision. Otherwise, I would do it as soon as I could.
So you're making your research. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Hello,
exactly.
new member.
Hi, Heidi. Yep.
Heidi, you're on mute. We can't hear you.
Okay, sorry. I was trying to
Good.
get my everything working.
Hi, Heidi.
Hi.
So this is Tony and this is Marco.
Hi, Tony. Hi,
Thank
Marco.
you for joining the call. And
Yeah, just give us please a few words, who you are actually, if you already have a puppy or looking to find the perfect one for yourself.
Okay, so I live in California. I stumbled upon you guys when I was starting to look for Frenchies. However, I just wasn't sure how the process worked. So I waited and I did wind up with a Frenchie. However, here where I'm from, it's hard to find the right breeder. So we wound up with a very, very sick Frenchie. He is a little over a year old and we've had lots and lots of health problems. So when I finally said, you know what, next time I want to go with a great breeder. So I started to come into the video chats and the Zoom meetings and find out about you guys. I'm amazed. I'm actually also on your guys' the Facebook group, and man, I'm amazed at what a great Frenchie looks like and how they're healthy and they look amazing. So now I am looking to get a female, not for breeding, just family member, but excited about the process. I'll also be looking as Emma too later on. We're just trying to we're buying a house, so we want to buy our house and then go ahead and add a family member to it. So I'm super excited about it.
oh, it's amazing. Thank you so much. And we do have a new member as well.
Amber is here,
Amber
actually.
is here, yes.
I'm not sure if her mic is on or not.
Nope, I'm here.
There you go.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
Hi, and that's Bo.
Hello. Beautiful.
He is gorgeous. We got him. He was a junior. So anybody
he
who's
fluffy?
thinking about he's fluffy. Anybody who's thinking about getting one of the older pups, I really cannot say enough about it. When we got Bo, he was almost 6 months, between 6 and 7 months old, and he'll be a year old next month on March 22nd, and he's just a complete joy. And we've not had, you talking about health problems, zero. He's not even had to go to the vet once since we've had him, other than just to get his shots and his initial checkup. And I don't know if you guys can see him. He's over playing with the rest of his pack. We've got an English Bulldog and 2 Portuguese water dogs, and he just fits right in. I saw somebody posting yesterday about, the crying at night when you first get them. That doesn't happen with a junior. There was none of that kind of stuff. We didn't have to take him out at night. He didn't cry at night. He was just kind of came perfect already with very, very little to do except love him and walk him and, have a great time with him. And so, yeah, he is a fluffy. The only thing that I think is, he's bigger. So we just weighed him last week and he's like 28 pounds, but he's not overweight. He's actually still looks pretty skinny. He's really long, and tall, but he's wonderful. So yeah, if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Yeah, basically, I remember that I managed the process with you, and it's really nice to see you and to see Boo as well. Basically, he's looking great, and I see that he's having a really good time with you and your family. So, I'm really happy that it worked out this way and that we find the perfect one for you.
Oh, he's absolutely perfect. I can't really imagine anything else. And like I said, I think we're spoiled on getting them a little bit older. He was so easy to potty train. That was almost taken care of by the time we got him. We had a few accidents in the house when he was first adjusting, but he was just perfect.
It is very beneficial to pick a teenage Frenchie because they are more socialized, they are more potty trained, they are stronger as well. So you can have an easier job when he or she travels to you. So definitely agree. Teenage Frenchie is amazing idea.
Yeah,
And
sure.
Most likely he's growing into his body, so he's going to put on more muscle, I think, because he's quite young. So I think he's going to be more stocky when he gets older. Just wanted to mention.
Yeah, so if he's already, I think you all posted an article yesterday or the day before about the appropriate weight for a Frenchie, and it sort of said, that 28 pounds was the maximum, but he's already 28 pounds, and I agree with you. I don't think he's done growing and filling out. He definitely looks like he's got some filling out to do. I can still see his ribs.
Yeah, sometimes, there's always a puppy or two in a litter that may be a bit bigger. Some, other puppies are maybe a bit smaller in general, but it will mostly depend on the lifestyle. And also, I would say that the structure is also a pretty good indicator. So there are Frenchies that are more athletic. They seem to be taller. They will probably pick up less weight. I would say like less fat, but basically the body weight could be a bit more because of the muscle. And others will be, short, stocky, just I would say like French Bulldog-ish. And yeah, that's just uniqueness. And I would say that's what makes all these puppies different, and tough job for us to choose, actually, to pick the one that we want to get. And they always say that in the end of the day, it's like you can never go wrong, because if you feel the spark about the puppy that you have chosen, it will be the puppy meant for you.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's beautiful.
He is amazing. Although we do make jokes that I think he came trained to lick your face. I think you guys must train them to do that as their puppies, because he constantly is kissing in the face, and it's just like his favorite thing to do.
He's very
And
lazy.
Marnie stopped that after she grew out of her puppy stage. She does not like me in her face at all. So she likes to smell
We're
my
not
breath,
there
and
yet.
that's it.
As you can see, we're not there yet.
I had a question. Is it okay if I ask a question right
of course,
now?
sure.
Okay. I have a friend who has a Frenchie, and she has traveled back from New York to San Francisco on plane with her dog, and the dog has been great. I think she gives him like doggy Benadryl. But I also, like, my aunt's a vet, and she had mentioned like sometimes like I don't know if, I guess I'm just wondering, is it unsafe to fly with Frenchies like overall, or is it like okay? Because I know that the short snout, it's like respiratory, you want to always be careful, but I just wondered generally, is it okay to fly with them, or?
Yeah, it's a good question. So basically, we have been breeding Frenchies for more than, I would say, 12 years now, nearly 15
Yeah.
years. And we have been sending puppies to mainly to the US, but all around. We are present in 45 or 46 countries, and we never had a single issue because we are only using the express shipping companies. And basically, there's always someone with them during the flight, and they're in safe hands. They are in a temperature controlled area in the plane. So we never had a single issue. Even myself, I traveled to New York twice with 2 or 4 puppies in the cabin. They were next to me.
Yeah,
And
as long as they're in the main cabin, then it's safe.
yeah, they were next to me, and I was the most popular on the plane. Most
Oh
of
yeah,
the
I'm
so
sure.
everyone loved me and the puppies. So yes, it is safe for the
Okay,
travel.
thank you.
Yeah, Emma, for your, just so you know, it's not like it used to be when we would fly animals and they would be, you have this vision of them being shoved underneath with the cargo.
Yeah, that I would like
There's
never.
a special area for the pets, so it's just as nice as the controlled everything that we have up in the main.
Okay.
So they're in a very nice temperature controlled area with just dogs. They're not shoved in with the luggage.
Okay.
TomKings does an amazing job with the shipping.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Okay, good to know. Thank you. And I know like as whenever you can have the dog on your lap or like in your at your seat is even preferred, probably.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
And one more thing, we always try to send 2 puppies together in a crate so they can chit chat during the flight, and it's less stressful for them and it's better for them as well. So we always try to find a travel buddy for our puppies. So 2 of them can fly together, and they can sleep together, play together during the flight. So that's what we always try to do.
Nice.
Shall we start our
Yep.
subject today?
Yeah,
It's about the male or female, how you should choose. And first thing we wanted to talk about their appearance, because obviously there are differences between male and females. And anyone has a male and female together at home? I think Sandy
Did
have.
Jessica make it on? She was going to hopefully join. She had gotten a female and then ended up adding a male just a couple months later. It doesn't look like she made it. She might not have.
Maybe she's free today. So yes, let's talk about the male and female differences regarding the appearance. So when it comes to male and female Frenchies, and we can learn that they have some typical characteristic for both genders. Many people prefer to choose a female because they tend to be smaller. The boys usually are stronger, they have bigger heads, and they tend to be even stockier. And of course, and they have a wider chest as well. They tend to be a bit heavier. Usually they are like 5 pounds heavier than the average female. Our puppies' average weight is around between 25, 30 pounds. And we have usually medium-sized Frenchies. And many people reach out to us and they say, do you have teacup Frenchies or mini Frenchies? The teacup Frenchies, they are under, I would say, 12 pounds. We never had teacup Frenchies because they can have health issues, and we don't recommend them to. We don't recommend you to have teacup Frenchies because you might might getting a sick puppy and you're gonna have a many painful and expensive experience. So teacup Frenchies is strongly not recommended. So we have medium-sized Frenchies, and we always describe their adult Frenchies parents' size on the website as well, and we have many pictures of them, and of course the male Frenchies tend to be the similar size like their fathers, dad, and the females like their mom. So that's the best indicator how big is going to be your Frenchie. Obviously, there are some exceptions that it can happen. Also, of course, we also have mixed experiences about the front of the litter, the smallest puppy in the litter, because many people say, I want the smallest puppy in the litter, and most likely that puppy is going to be the smallest one. But to be honest, sometimes they turn out to be something even the biggest one in the future. So it doesn't mean anything, the puppy, the smallest one, they are born, they can be the biggest one when they get older. So that's what is our experience regarding them.
And also it's pretty tricky because it will depend on the lifestyle. So some people are looking to get a small Frenchie, expecting it to be lighter, to have a lower body weight. But obviously, the type of food you give to your Frenchie, the exercise it has, I mean, the daily amount of exercise and the general lifestyle. I would say, like, if you have other pets in the household or not, if you have kids in the household or not, these are all, I would say, pretty important factors. And, you know, if a Frenchie has a chance to play all the day with a kid, or I don't know, with a cat or any other pet in the house, obviously the Frenchie will have less fat, lower body weight, and probably be more athletic, even if the Frenchie is a stockier one. So these are, I would say, like, pretty important factors when choosing the puppy, and also when choosing the temperament, which is the other, I would say, discussed topic when it comes to the gender selection, because it's, I would say, not a myth, but it's a general fact that people expect the female to be more gentle, calmer, like, you know, having an easier job, and the boys to be more stubborn, and to be more energetic. However, I have to repeat myself, it's a general discussion, like a myth, some indicators there, but you can always choose a puppy that will be different. And it's also important to mention that the lifestyle of the person, of the parents, of the family, will put a big influence on the character of the puppy. So if you just take a look and see older people walking around with puppies or their, let's say, senior dogs, you will see that the dogs are calmer, I would say, like, slower. So, you know, picking up the lifestyle and the routine of the owner. And I mean, myself, I always wanted to pick a boy. And in the end, I got a girl, actually. And, you know, it's tricky. So I would say there's no wrong pick, but obviously, discussing the structure, the character of the exact puppy that you're interested in is super important, because even at the young age, so let's say the age from 6 to 9 weeks, the character will show in a way. We will see how they react in company, with human, and also during some walks or playtime. And obviously we will have a picture about the puppy's character. So most likely, or I would say not only most likely, but for sure, we will find the perfect fit for you and your lifestyle.
And they also say like the French is a very flexible breed because they copy the owner's behavior as well. So let's say if you just want to watch TV all day, they're happy with that. And of course, if you want to go for walks every 2 hours, they're also happy. That's why they became the most popular breed in the US and in Europe as well shortly. So they're amazing breeds. So they're happy with everything. And that's the main thing about them. Also, many people say that the females, they're ideal for families who's going to have the first dog, because it's easier to handle them. They're less stubborn as well. They are more cuddly. I made a list myself as well because I spoke to many family members and what their experience regarding the male and females. So on my list today, I was told like they tend to be more gentle and calmer. The females, they are more affectionate, and they want to be cuddled and pampered all day, and they are less stubborn, and it's easier, a little bit easier to train them, potty train them. That was their experience mainly for family members. And they can also have mood swings for the female Frenchies, which is quite funny, especially when they are unspayed. But of course, they're amazing. So I'm the same. You can't choose wrong. Many people, they say I want to join the wait list and choose a puppy from a future litter, and I want a female. and suddenly they see a puppy on the website and say, I like this puppy, even if he's a female, even if it's a male, I fell in love with him and I want him. So you can't choose wrong at all. That's the main thing. If you fell in love with the right puppy, we can always arrange a video call. You can see him or her, you can see the puppy's personality. And of course, we can speak to Tom, our breeding expert, and he's going to describe the puppy's personality. So it always helps you to make your decision. But I never heard in the 5 years since I've been working with TomKings family, like I picked the wrong puppy, I should have picked another one, because no, Frenchies are amazing and you can't choose wrong.
Yeah, in the end of the
I
day,
have a question.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. So with our male Frenchie that we have, we do have a pug. One thing we have noticed between the two, because they're both males, is that there's times they get into little rafts with each other where we've had to break up, like a fight, nobody got hurt, no blood, no nothing like that, but they've actually challenged each other. Is that just kind of a male thing, or is that just them two?
Yeah, I would say it's mainly a male thing, mainly. Our experience is, and I think the adopters would approve that choosing a female with a male is the easiest combination. Less work with the dominancy and being the pack leader stuff. And I would say in general, a female male connection is a bit different. It's also important factor to consider if you're getting litter mates or not. It's a different bond between the puppies. But I had different experiences. So basically, I had customers picking 2 males, and they were completely fine, happy, and having a great balanced life. The thing starts right from the beginning when you're picking the puppies from the breeder. So it's the breeder's responsibility to make sure that the puppies are well balanced, that they have good temperament in general, so that they are well socialized. And from the point when you got the puppy, it's, I would say, your responsibility to create the new balance in your environment. So mostly, to separate, so that they have their separate area where they can just go, just take a step back and chill a bit without each other. And so that they know that you are the pack leader.
That's what I wanted to mention.
And you will be the one who will determine what's the outcome. So if their behavior is bad, actually, you will be the one who will determine and make the final decision, so that the whole playtime will end because their behavior is not the good one.
Yeah,
I
they
that you got a good answer, but let me know if there's anything else to discuss.
So with us, like what we've noticed since we have gotten them both, we got them neutered. That's what our vet had suggested. They're like, well, when they hit a year, go ahead and have them neutered and see if this helps. It's calmed down. We notice it's usually when they get too rough with playing as a toy. One wants to pull tight, harder than the other one, or food time. We know that we just, we put them in separate areas kind of to just give them that space to, have their food, no issues, no things. But yeah, I was just curious because I love having my males. That's why I thought, well, maybe a female in the mix will be a little bit better for them than having another male where they feel like it's a competition, with a male bravado type thing with them.
Also in the Facebook group, since you joined the Facebook group, if I could remember, we had this topic before, and many family members, they share that experience, because many people have 2 males together, 2 females together, and they can be best buddies. So after the video call, I'm more than happy to share that post. I believe we have like more than 60 comments under this post, and they are super helpful. So if you haven't joined the Facebook, anyone haven't joined the Facebook group, please join, because it's extremely helpful. And if you don't have, and if you want to ask the family regarding any question like this one, feel free to make a post, and wait for the comments because they are amazing. Just wanted to mention.
So what would be the difference if we had two litter mates, one that was male and one that was female, and one that is not, a pair that are not litter mates? And do you know about the personality of the puppies that are currently available?
Yes, every single time when you pick a puppy, we always describe their personality as well. And as I mentioned, of course, we can make a video call as well. When you choose two puppies from the same litter, obviously they are bonded, they grow up together and they get older together, and which is amazing. So they won't have any kind of issues with regarding each other because they are with each other from the early age. And many people, that's why they choose two puppies from the same litter. Also, it's not a secret. If you choose two puppies from us and they can fly together, we can also give you discount on them, so which is amazing, which is great. And they can also fly together, which is good for them. So definitely, we strongly recommend to have two puppies. I would say when someone gets a puppy from us, their first puppy, within, I would say 1 year, 60% of the people, they choose a second puppy from us because they know it's always better to have two dogs together because they need company, they sleep together, they play together, and you're gonna have an easier job as well because they're gonna play together all day and they get tired. So two dogs, or even I would say even more, it's very beneficial.
Sorry, just to answer your question, because the question generally was about getting litter mates versus not litter mates, right? And when getting Frenchies from different litters, there are different options and different directions. Basically, if you choose two available puppies, so now, like, you're looking at the website, you choose two available puppies. The puppies will know each other already. So you will have an easier job in general because they already had time together. We always make sure that the puppies meet each other and that they have a great relationship, so that the owner has an easier job, obviously. When choosing two puppies from different litters, so basically choosing the second puppy later, that's a tricky thing because it will mostly depend on the introduction. You have to make sure that you introduce the second Frenchie the right way. The separate place, so not taking the puppy home, but to first let them know each other at another place, and then to pick them up and take them home together. At the later point, they will realize that they are actually siblings and that they will have a life together. So that moment will bring the difference, and they will create a special bond.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that there are different options. Obviously, it's also a pretty important factor if you're getting the second Frenchie later or at the same time as the first one. But it's also a different topic, and I won't go into the details. But obviously, if somebody is looking to breed the Frenchies he or she is getting, then obviously you have to choose puppies from different litters. And usually, if somebody is a well-experienced breeder, the person will pick the female first and the male only later on.
So if they were from the same litter and they weren't spayed or neutered, would they try to have children?
No,
No,
not for
otherwise
sure.
they're gonna have heart issues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously that's.
I'm just saying, so they wouldn't try to have kids. They
No.
wouldn't have sex with each other.
Oh, yes, they will. Yeah, if what you're saying is if you have siblings, do they know enough to not get together? No, dogs will
No,
get
no.
together if it's the
That's what I
time.
was-
No, sorry. Yeah, if that's the question, no. They will try, but obviously you will neuter them, and
Yeah.
you will have an easier job. Especially when the hormones actually get released, and they lose instincts, if I may say so. So you will have an easier job at that point, but they will try.
So also, is there a time in which you would neuter your dog? Because I have a Labrador, and we waited until after he like passed like a mid-adolescent stage, so he had the muscle growth. So is that the same with the Frenchies, or how does that work?
Yes. What is the age? I think
The
8 months.
usual, let's say the majority of the vets recommends neutering them at the age of 8 months.
Yeah, that's what we recommend also. So 8 months. And for the females, we would wait for the first heat. Then when she could be spayed, that's what we also recommend.
Is there any specific question that we should go, dig into deeper, or should we just continue with our topic?
So for me, like this is my first like idea of having like an apartment house or house dog. I have like an outside dog, so he comes in at night, but then he goes out during the day to the outside. What would be a good way or idea of being able to housebreak a smaller dog?
It's a good question. Actually, you'll probably have an easier job as you have a dog already. The younger ones learn from the older ones, and I noticed it on my own, and I think that will be a pretty good start. And the other thing will be probably building up the routine for the smaller one, so that it has transition. So you obviously you have to take out the smaller one for potty sooner than the older one. But if you build in a new routine, let's say that you take them out, both, and they get used to the whole thing together, I think you will have an easy job in general.
But we have to also mention that we start potty training at
Yeah.
TomKings, and we
Yeah.
use potty pads and we use Pedor as well. So by the time they travel to you, they are potty trained. Obviously, when they travel to a new place, a new home, they need some time to adjust. They can have few accidents, but sometimes they are nearly fully potty trained. So, and we're gonna focus on your puppy's potty training. I believe you like John, the Merle puppy. I think he caught your attention, and we can speak to Tom and ask how is his potty training and what is he now, and of course we can focus on his potty training, so by the time he travels to you, you're gonna have a much easier job.
Yeah, I noticed when I was looking at the pictures and the way that he like moved, I was like, okay, that's like a more of a personality match for me. And then also I think his sister is Serafina. And I think it's they seem more like a personality match, which I was really taken aback about because I wasn't expecting, okay, I want to get a dog. And like, I do understand that like Yale's mascot is like the Bulldog. So I was like, the last thing I was thinking about actually was to get a new dog. I was thinking about a Beagle a while ago, but it's a clear personality match for me. So that's why I'm like very interested in him because I was like, oh, that's like my dog.
Okay.
Can I add something to the potty training?
Yes, of
Yeah,
course,
please.
Well, especially with the fact that you have an outside dog. My dog is an inside. I have a cane corso, so huge dog, little dog. My adult dog is already bell trained. So basically, and you can buy them at almost any pet store. You hang bells on your door handle, and as soon as you're going to take them to potty, you take them to the door. You help them hit their paw to the door, and then you give them a treat and take them out. My adult dog now rings the bell when she has to potty, and she's training my little one to do the same. So then you don't have to constantly worry about, did I miss it? Now it takes several months to do that, and some don't catch it, but the more, Frenchies are so incredibly smart. And she's teaching the adult one thing, probably thinks she shouldn't, but thinks she, but start with the bell training the minute she walks in the door, or he, and you will find it to be incredibly easy.
I did the bell training with my dog growing up too, and she it worked really well. She was a Nova Scotia duck tolling retriever, but then eventually she started ringing the bell just to go out to play, and she would like abuse the bell privileges. But it was a really helpful tool because we always knew like there was never, once she figured it out, that like we were able to avoid a lot of inside accidents that way.
Yeah.
I think Amber has a Bell. Oh yeah, we saw it.
Yeah.
Bells too, that's what I was showing. So, and
Oh,
he
you
does ring
do?
the bell. We actually
Yeah.
have one that hangs inside and outside so that I can hear when he wants to come back in because we have a fenced in backyard. So he'll
Mm.
ring the bell to go out and then he'll ring it to come back in.
Oh, I
Yeah,
never
and
thought to add the outside one. That's a great idea.
Mm.
Well, we have and our door is like all glass. So it just took a couple of times of I'd let him out and then I walked by and he was looking at the door all sad. So then I got him a bell so I could hear when he was ready to come back in. So
Oh, I know also, like, I don't know, Gabriel, if you're in an apartment or what your situation is, but like there are like you can get like those like grass, like real grass mats to go outside on like a balcony or something, just so you have a place like if it takes a while to get outside
So
for a
right
dog
now,
to relieve themselves.
in California, so I have I'm in a house in California,
Oh, so you have
and
a yard.
yeah, like my dog, he's very interesting. He like barks when he wants to go in and out, just like every dog, I guess. Um, so for me, like I said, I'm supposed to be going back to. I'm a postdoc, so I'm supposed to go back to Harvard, and I'm taking class at Yale, and everything is online. And obviously, I'm pretty sure people know about all the dramas with like Harvard recently, and the federal government. So like the last semester has been like really a nightmare because I was like at Harvard and like this semester I'm at Yale. So my thing is that Yale seems to want me to go to Yale this next year, and then I'm probably gonna have to go back and forth to Cambridge in Massachusetts. So, and then back to California, I guess. So I was just thinking like I want to be able to have like a companion with me, and just seeing like what is okay and acceptable at Yale, and then also I guess at Harvard. Um, but I just want to have like a companion, I guess, because it's
So
just
that's where the conversation that Tompkins will help you with size, female, male, because I travel for work, so I'm on planes all the time, and there is a limit sometimes how many dogs can be on the flight, and smaller ones fit underneath the seats differently at different airlines. So depending on the airline that you have, so that's where the male female may come in as well, as how big are they going to get.
yeah, and I think also like training because I would like to go to class with him and like go to work with him and like I think that Yale they kind of like approve of the Frenchies, so it seems like they're not like if you wanted to have like a little pet, the Frenchies are kind of approved there. So it's more just from what I've read. So like I'm just figuring out how to like deal with the training and the housebreaking before moving.
So you're thinking of taking the dog to and from class with you?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I think like, or like more or less, not because the bulldog is the
Yeah.
mascot. So, like, and a lot of people take the bulldogs around campus, and I wouldn't say all of the classes, but just enough of the classes. And I think already there might be like a social aspect for me at the university.
Rely on Tompkins. If they say this temperament would be great in big groups, or this one tends to be shyer and it's going to be,
But they
they
change
know the
too, right?
dogs.
Isn't that the thing?
Huh?
Like they change as they get older or their experience. The
It'll
dog.
probably change, I would say beneficial for you because the puppy will get used to your character actually, and the puppy will pick up a lot. So if you are more laid back, the puppy will get more laid back, even if it was, I would say, like an active or hyper pup. So the change will actually be beneficial. And I experienced the same when I got my puppy. So I
And then
think you will have
sorry.
an easier job later on.
And then for the socialization, with my current puppy or my dog right now, we did like puppy training. So like in the Bay Area, they have like this place called Bravo Pup. So you just take them into a place like 2 days a week, and they do puppy socialization. I think it's a little bit different now because of the pandemic and the crime in the area. It's not as safe to just be out in the Bay Area. But just thinking about what are like good ideas for like puppy socialization, because I probably wouldn't start class starts over the. I'm already in class right now. It's just online. Like I think like in person class may not start until September. So I have time
Definitely not a topic for here, but you mentioned the Bay Area, and I travel to the Bay Area quite regularly.
Mhm.
You're going to have a high quality dog, and people are going to notice that. So just always be with your dog.
Yeah,
California is notorious for helping themselves to someone else's dog, and there is a distinct difference in the quality of the TomKins, and someone who's looking to get a real good one will know that.
yeah. Like California, it's been a nightmare recently, and I think the
Yeah.
problem too that I've noticed is like it's branching out past California. So I've seen like because of the computers, there've been issues at Harvard that are like in relationship with California. And for example, there's a person whose stuff got stolen. And he's like, oh, it's in Vietnam, right? So yeah, it's
Frenchies
really
are high demand.
yeah. I mean, and it's just everything seems to be in high demand in California when it's for free. Like you can steal it. Like so.
Sorry,
I
I just
agree
felt
with
like I
both
had to
you
say
and
that because I just heard of another one in the area where someone was actually heading to their door. Dog was right next to them, and someone literally got out of the car, grabbed it from the step where the person was standing, and was gone with the dog before they even had a chance.
Oh God.
So
Yeah, so
Frenchies
yeah, I
are
agree with Gabriel and Sandy. It is prevalent here in California. I kid you not. I would say every other week I see Frenchies being stolen. I am even with my one that I have now, I am so careful. I like even when I go out somewhere, I have a stroller and I have it locked and I don't let it be open. Oh, you want you they oh, can I pet your dog? No. No, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. I don't open it for strangers. I don't feel comfortable with that. And I just don't because they are prevalent. And like I said, having a Frenchie from Tom King's, I'm sure that would be
Yeah.
a big, ooh, I want that.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of a question for the male female that I have for Tompkins. Marnie is she's not aggressive, she's protective. I mean, if she sees something she doesn't like, she beats my larger dog to the front door if there's a stranger. Is that a female thing, or is that a Frenchie thing that a male will also alert you that there's something amiss?
It's a female thing because the females they like to get nippy. They can be even more protective sometimes, but of course it depends on the Frenchie's personality as well. But people say like the girls, the female, they can be sometimes more protective. It is very interesting.
She
Like the
alerts me as soon as something is off. She loves people. If she knows I'm okay with the people, she's great. But she will, every noise, she's the first one to go check it out and let me know something's up. Okay.
It can be because of the protectiveness of the territory. I mean, if it happens at home, it's most likely that she wants to protect your home and actually her loved ones.
Yeah. Okay.
I think yes, it is a female thing, but it's also about being territorial.
Okay. Yeah. And the
And
good thing is she
actually good
stops
one.
as soon as she sees that I'm okay with it. If I tell her it's okay, she'll stop, but she will alert pretty quickly.
she's amazing though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but she can fly off a bed in the middle of a dead sleep. It's just like, holy cripes, girl.
So can you socialize them just with just one dog? I just think for me, like when I was socializing my first dog, they're like as many experiences as possible, but sometimes when it's not that safe, it's not that good of an idea.
What was the question again?
Could you just please repeat it once again? It got
Can you,
interrupted for just a
can you
second.
socialize a dog with just one other dog, or does it always have to be like more than one dog?
Well, it's I think it's usually being more dogs they're around. But it's more a raising related question, and I believe
Yes.
that Tom could answer this completely because we know the daily routine. It's usually more of them being together. But I believe that the puppies have individual training as well.
Yeah, I
So
took mine to the stores that allow you to take pets in, so that I didn't have to worry about a ton of dogs, but I got them out in different areas. So I have one dog and that's it.
Yeah, basically that's it actually. I would say, training individually, in a pack, in a bigger company, it's all benefit. Yep. Oh, sorry.
Emma's leaving. She's saying goodbye.
Oh,
Okay.
you're leaving.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to jump, but thank you so much. It was great meeting you all and appreciate your
Thank you.
Nice
time.
to meet you, Emma.
Good luck. Good luck
Yeah.
to everyone on
See
the
you,
call.
bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, okay. So basically, training individually and in company, it both happens on our farm actually. But later on, when you already have your puppy, I would go with both. Training, and it's also pretty beneficial. I usually say a tired dog is a good dog. So if your pup has a lot of programs and training related activities, you will have an easier job because your pup will get tired for sure.
So go for long walks.
Yeah, and I think it's better than to go for long walks. For me, it was super useful.
Okay. Any other question regarding their behavior or personality?
Not for me.
Okay. Have you seen John through a video call or not yet? Or are you planning to see him?
Sorry?
Have you seen John, the boy you picked?
No, I haven't, and I would like to see him. I just for me, like I had to put something up for consignment to be able to pay for like the fee.
I understand.
So,
Okay. Just wanted to mention that we have always the option to make a video call with the puppies anytime you want. It doesn't mean anything. If you prefer to wait, that's perfectly fine. At least you can meet Jason, because I believe you spoke to Jason before. So
I
you can
had. So I don't know if I have to like call him to be able to make an appointment or how that works.
you can just email him or message him, whatever you prefer. And I'm sure he's more than happy to arrange a video call next week. So you can see John or any other puppies. And of course, if you prefer to wait, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, he's really cute. That's that's
He's
the
my,
weird.
Don is my wife's actual favorite, to be honest. So yeah, so Don is beautiful. He's amazing, and he's very socialized. So he's a great pup.
Yeah, it's just so many. And I think like for me too, like Serafina, I thought was also very, very. Her personality seems incredible, and like her eyes are really interesting. They just seemed. I think they're from the same litter, right? So they just seem very similar to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, let me ask you one question. All of you, when you picked your puppy, was it love at first sight? So that you felt the spark and that's it? Or was it discussing it and being back and forth? Let's start with Sandy. She's a senior here right now.
Well, and I come to learn all of this because I haven't bred Frenchies before. So anything that I can hear from you guys helps me greater my knowledge. Marnie, I went in knowing I wanted a blue Merrill, and I knew I wanted a female. They actually showed me some other beautiful puppies just in case something else struck me. But the minute I saw Marnie's picture, I was done. It was like, no, take my money, please. Just get her here fast. So, but there's several on your site that I could see doing that same thing with. But yeah, it was love at first sight with her.
What, Amber? We lost Amber. Amber?
Oh yeah. Ours was actually the interesting story. We didn't intend to get a Doug anytime soon, but I knew that when I finally did get another one that I wanted a French Bulldog, because we have two Portuguese water dogs that are like 8 and 9 years old. So we weren't really planning to get another one for some time. But I had started researching good breeders and I had found TomKings site. And I'd shown my husband when when you first posted his picture, I said, when I'm ready to get a French Bulldog, this is the one I want. And months went by and I never thought anything else about it. And then it was probably like 3 or 4 months later, and I just happened to go to your site and I happened to look at the puppies. and he was still listed there. And I thought it had to be a mistake, that there's no way that this dog that I thought was so perfect for me was even still available. And I should have known I was already in trouble if I reached out, but I reached out and said, is this a mistake? Is he actually still available? Because he'd be like 6 months old by now. And when Marco wrote back and said he was, I was like, oh, I'm in trouble now. Then I'm not really ready to get a dog, but I guess I'm getting a dog. So yes, it was for sure love at first sight for us.
I think it's similar for me with Dawn, even though I haven't like purchased Dawn or received Dawn. There's also cookies on the internet, so there's a possibility that there's other things that are going on. But I knew that when I saw him, there was a very big personality match. That's why I was like, that's my dog. Like I can kind of tell already. It's like a huge personality match for TomKings, and it's similar to my other current dog, but it just starts to become. I was like, oh, that's like it's a personality match. And I remember emailing Jason or sending him a text message, saying that it's very strange for me because I think it's more of a personality match. And I was like, okay, I want him because he's the right personality. I think for me.
Okay. There's also Joy joined us.
Hello,
if I'm
Joy.
not mistaken.
Hi, I have a question too. I think different from everybody. I've had 2 Cavalier King Charles, and one of them is still with me, but she's near the end of her life, and I have fallen in love with your puppies. But I'm in my 80s. Is one of your puppies going to be too much for me? I'm in good shape, but can I imagine that I would be safe walking this breed of dog?
So are you looking for like a cuddly and calm personality Frenchie, like a smaller size, quiet, laid back Frenchie?
Well, I do like when a dog has opinions and personality. So not entirely laid back. And I've also made arrangement with a close friend of mine who said, should I pass while the dog is still alive, she would happily take it. So I think I've taken care of that. I just want to make sure that I would be strong enough to walk the dog and exercise it and take it places with me.
You know, honestly, I will tell you honestly, Joy, my opinion is if there is a breed that you will be able to take care of, it's probably a Frenchie. They require a bit less of activities, I mean, physical activities. And I would say they are somewhere in the range of super good cuddlers. So basically, in the end of the day, you have a companion, which is perfectly fine with less activity, you know. And if I have to take a look at all the breeds available in the world, I would say there is a reason why Frenchies are the #1 right now. And this is one of them. So if the question is, if you're able to take care of a Frenchie, you probably are.
So
Especially since you're in a good shape.
yeah. So I have an additional question to what she's asking. Would she be someone who would be more of a candidate for like a junior dog? Because I think one of the things, and I'm up there in that age, although the hair is all colored, so it doesn't look at. So I get what she's saying. So you might be walking, and is the dog going to be pulling to where you might not be able to hold them back? Would she be someone where a teenager that you know how they act on a chain, how they walk, and that sort of thing? I don't know if that's be something Joey would be interested in.
Are you saying adopting an older dog might be safer?
They have, you know, and when they talk teenager, they're talking 6-8 months versus the baby, but they're still very young, but they've been training them longer. So they come to you trained, like the pottying and some of those other things, then they might be able to say this dog is much more docile. They still have that personality you're looking for, but if you're worried about walking them and they're going to take off and you're not going to be able to pull them back, they say this one probably wouldn't do that. I'm just asking for my information if that's something that a person would look at.
It makes sense actually to get a junior puppy at that point, I would say. Basically, it requires less work. So I personally would go with a junior.
They are more potty trained, obviously. They are more...
Let's work with the potty training, and also at that age we can describe the character. I would say perfectly. So you have a complete idea what you're getting. The puppy will change less. We know a lot about the character and the behavior, and for example, we can also arrange a video call with two puppies together. You can see how the puppy interacts with other dogs. And I think that's super useful. You can see if the puppy will be super hyper or not. So you can expect the puppy to behave the same on leash.
Ah, okay.
That's really good to know. I didn't know that was an option. Yeah, I couldn't imagine living without a dog. So I'm glad that's an option.
And actually, we have older puppies right now. We have few on the website. They are more than 4-5 months old. So we have few options. We have in females. We have a smaller size teenage Frenchies as well. So after the video call, we are more than happy to show them to you. And next week, you can see them through a video call. So
that would
be sure.
Juniors,
Chloe.
I can't honestly. I don't know if you were on, Joy, when I talked about my beau that I got. He was almost 7 months, so he was between 6 and 7 months old, and it was wonderful. It was amazing. I didn't have to get up every 2 hours in the middle of the night to take him out. I didn't have to deal with him crying and being, sad. He was it was instant love. So.
And he bonded with you.
Yes, and they're in the pack for sure. Yes, he's like I said, he was sitting up here in my lap curled up for half the time when I was talking to everyone earlier. He's a perfect fit in our family and has completely adjusted, and it was just really easy and seamless for us. And we've had lots of dogs and have several even right now, but I always got them as little puppies, and it's hard work when you get them and they're very. And it was just like completely different experience. I honestly said, I don't know if I'll ever get one that's not a junior again, because it was such a great experience.
Oh, thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, Joy, let me ask you just one question.
Sure.
Are you ready for, are you ready for getting a new pup into your household, and just finding, it's just finding the perfect fit, or are you planning for the future?
Well, my dog is 12 now, and her brother died at 12, and she already has an enlarged heart. So I'm trying to keep her as healthy as I can. And I don't think it would be fair at this point at her age to bring a puppy in for her. So I thought I would wait until she passes.
I'm really sorry that one of my good friends, I would rather say friend than customer, because she's really a friend of mine. She couldn't join the call, but she got her puppy right after her other dog passed.
Mm-hmm.
There was there still is an older dog with her puppy. And she was thinking the same way, like, will it be fair or not? Will they be able to connect or not? And it was really interesting that she mentioned that she feels like the puppy has a guide, like, and also the older dog seems to, I wouldn't say getting younger, but to behave that way. So they get filled with a different kind of energy. And once a dog had, I would say, a play bud or best buddy, they have to deal with a very, very tough situation when they lose that buddy. So having another one brings new light into the life. That's just
So
my
my,
opinion, and I think my good friend Carrie would agree on that. But you know, if you're worrying about that, I think you shouldn't.
okay.
I think it's
Yeah,
beneficial because they uh you know, having a play buddy brings another quality to life.
okay. Thank you. I'm thinking about that, and I love these Frenchies. So I mean, that would be really good for me too to have a puppy. But I'll think about that for Chloe. Thank you,
Yeah, think about it.
and thank you.
You're very welcome.
Would you, or can you comment on the intelligence level of the dogs? Because what I've noticed from watching YouTube channels and different channels on Instagram, I guess, it seems that they're like very, very intelligent, and sometimes more intelligent than other dogs. So, is there any comment on like their intelligence level?
Basically, first of all, I would say Sandy and Amber can tell you a lot about that because they just mentioned how their Frenchies got used to the door, I mean the bell, and you know, expressing what they need and how they express. Yeah, obviously their intelligence level is, I would say, pretty high, especially the
Yeah, you're not going to outsmart them. They're going to outsmart you. And if you think they can't figure something out, don't kid yourself. They can. But they are headstrong as well. You know, if they have something in their mind, they have the mental capacity to know if you're trying to change it.
I would say the stubbornness is a big thing. We took Bo to training class. You asked about classes. We took him to a beginner training class as soon as we got him, to teach him just some basic stuff, and he learned everything super fast. But when they got to the part where they were working on recalls, and they would have us go like stand at the end of an aisle and then call him to us, and there's all kinds of things for him to be distracted, and he didn't even act like we existed. And I actually said to the trainer, like, do you think there could be something wrong with his hearing? And I thought that she was going to die laughing, and she's like, no, he's a bulldog. He just sees something more interesting than you right now. And so it definitely is not a lack of intelligence. It was just a choice that what was in the aisle was way more interesting than me trying to get his attention. But they are extremely smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it helpful? I think it was.
For someone going to Yale and Harvard, you will not have a boring dog. He or she will definitely match your capacity.
You know, it's really interesting because I've noticed that with my other dog, Gershwin. He's a chocolate Labrador. He's super, super intelligent, and I think that he was like my first dog. And I didn't have as much training with him, and like I'm going for teaching at Harvard too. I don't know. I feel like it's really funny because I went to Northwestern for undergraduate, and I don't think that Harvard and Yale have like a Yale is wonderful. I think Yale is a really great school, but like Harvard is having some really major difficulties. So I think there's a lot of just as a comment, there's a lot of other like highly wonderful schools in the country with a lot of very intelligent people that I don't think are always at Harvard and Yale's. Just there's
Having been in the education field myself, being a teacher, Frenchie will probably match you very well because you have that innate desire to teach new things, to see how far you can push things. The Frenchie will match that right on, and especially the TomKins ones. I don't have a lot of familiarity with other ones, but because they're so healthy, you're not dealing with that. They want to be engaged with you and they want to learn things. So you will find it to be a great match. And they do great with labs because my daughter has a chocolate lab as well. And the personalities match each other very well.
You know, I had originally, I wasn't, the idea came into my mind, like, I guess, like maybe a couple months ago. And I was thinking about a beagle just because, like, a lot of my research has to do with, like, Fibonacci and Pythagoras. And I've noticed that, like, it also has to do with music. So I've noticed that when I practice, my dog like sings along, and then when he's singing, he like knows like the different parts of the phrases, which like correspond to like different like mathematical themes within the music. And I've noticed also that the way that they use their bodies, they have like they talk through like body language, dogs obviously, and it also is matching some of these like mathematical sequences. So I've like it's very interesting how I think that I'm having like this. I think that dogs have a better mathematical recall than humans do, like similar to like chimpanzees. So I guess if you like Google something and like you see like a group of chimpanzees, they like have like a thing that a sequence of numbers that flash onto a computer and they can like recall them faster than humans can. And I think the dogs is similar to that. So yeah, I've been thinking about getting a new dog just because of doing like, the training with the math, and then I saw the Frenchies. I thought they're like really, really intelligent. And Don was very, 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 very cute, and I was like, I really like him. So yeah, I put an instrument up for like consignment, and hopefully like it can get out so I can purchase a dog, and then we can do the training. Go to Harvard.
You'll be
yeah.
happy. You'll do well. You'll do well.
Yeah, he's a really, I mean, I think what I'm kind of concerned about, like I said, with the news of Harvard, like there's like the die-ins and the protests, and it's like, it's not really the same school anymore. The level has like reduced to that of a child. And like I said, I'm a postdoc, so I already have my doctoral degrees. So I'm not really too worried. It's just I need to go back for coursework, and I think that it'd be really nice to have him in the lab and like with my lab. So that would be really nice.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to jump too, guys. I didn't realize it was 1:15 here.
Okay.
It's nice meeting you.
Yep, it's very nice to meet everyone. I hope you found it very helpful. And of course, as I did mention before, we're gonna be here for you for any question. If you want us to arrange a video with the puppies, any question, we are always here for you with anything. And thank you so much for joining the call. It was very nice to meet you, all of you.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you
you so
so
much.
much.
Everybody,
Thank you
bye.
very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.